Hey, this is Gage. Finally getting to bring you the very first This Is Local Love band video interview. This time around we're doing Our Heroic Downfall from up in Illinois. So just watch and listen and enjoy. So, first question. Pull it up here. Well, I already answered this one, kind of. What is your band name? Who are all the members? And what do they play?
We are Our Heroic Downfall.
I'm Nathan. I play drums.
I'm Kyle and I scream a little bit.
I'm Ricky and I play guitar.
I'm Eric and I play bass.
I'm Pat and I play guitar.
What is the single most interesting event ever to occur as a band?
Ever occurred.
Oh my god, this is gonna take forever.
Can we pick from fights or just like, this is
Like, yeah, what is this? Like, do we want funny moments, guys?
The
or,
most
fights?
interesting thing to happen to Our Heroic Downfall.
Our first show was pretty chaotic. We didn't know where to go, and it took us like almost an hour to get to the venue, and we had like 3 separate cars, and one got there before the rest of us, and we were all
It was
like...
a fucking detour and everything, yeah.
So
That was pretty ridiculous.
That's when we had Eric Person as our
Yeah, and then he fucked up his mic during Still You Diggin' when we were covering Of Mice and Men, because we covered Of Mice and Men before, yeah.
Dude, remember when he, like, we were driving to the venue and, like, we had a stop sign or something, and, like, he fucking, like, played Chinese fire drill or something and jumped on the van?
Oh my god! I remember getting there when, we were, like, fucking traffic was stopped. John decided, fuck this, we're going off-road. And he fucking like, drove through the field
Oh
to
my
get there.
god. That
And
show
we
was
couldn't, because we had
ridiculous.
like I think...
We were driving my whip.
Ford Focus.
Yeah, we were in a Ford Focus, so we couldn't obviously go on dirt roads.
We're much more professional now about things, though.
Hang on one second. I'd like to introduce you to our cameraman, Shane, the
Yeah.
crap man Kelly.
Yeah.
Why don't you turn the camera around?
What's up, nigga?
He's our merch guy,
Everything else.
yeah, pretty much everything.
Yeah. He's our token black guy.
Pretty much.
All right.
Number 3. How many total people has the band made out with?
This is a difficult question. Alright.
I mean, I'll list names, but it's...
No, don't be a dick.
People, other people.
Is he still counting?
Yes.
fucking ridiculous.
Just think of where the fuck he would be if he didn't join
28!
28. Kyle.
Most of those were actually before I was in this band.
I know, I was just about to say, like, think of where you would be if you didn't find the band.
57. I'm
57.
28 now, Kyle.
1.
29.
Good Kyle.
Kyle's a faithful man.
7.
7.
Everybody here is a
That's
slut.
36.
But
36.
Yeah,
Eric Weber. 0.
I've cuddled with people, but I'm just...
Pat Fox.
Classy guy.
12.
Reigning champ!
So how many is it?
48.
I wouldn't be
48 makeouts.
people.
Eric has 0.
Number 4. Give us a quick rundown of your collective and individual music influences.
I don't know, more like classical influences, I guess. Like Led Zeppelin.
Beethoven.
Fuck. Recently, I gotta say, like, Alkaline Trio and a little bit of, like, Moss of Flames. Those are the 2 biggest ones recently.
Ricky Lynch.
I started out with a lot of bands that were like really heavy, like Gaslight Dying, even Korn and stuff. So I was definitely always influenced by a lot of heavier bands, and they always tell me that like I don't go off of anybody. I try to just make my own kind of thing up. But how I move around on stage and stuff is definitely influenced by bands I see live and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Can I add on to, like, my answer? Like,
Go
definitely
ahead.
with bands that I've seen, like, basically, like, whenever I see bands or something, I'll, like, take, like, a little bit of inspiration from their show and just kind of, like, bring it into my own music. But definitely, like, the number one, like, influence with stage presence-wise is this band called the Cabinets C. Like, they're just one of my favorites live. Like, they're really good friends of mine and everything, and it's just really influential whenever I see them. Like, they always influence me to step it up.
Kyle Petrie.
Well, I started out with a lot of Metallica. They got me into the more heavier music. Then I discovered Slipknot, which got me into like all the heavier, like the screaming, as you may. That's the first band I actually started trying to scream to, and that opened the door to a lot of other heavier bands. Like today, I'll listen to a lot of like Despised Icon is the heaviest band I probably listen to. Sad that they're not around anymore because I love them. August Burns Red would probably be my most influential band on me right
Sounds
now.
like them a lot.
Nathan Deloria.
Everything from Fall Out Boy to Whitechapel is what you're gonna get with me. Enter Shikari, one of my favorite bands of all time. Close to Home, 10 After 2, Between the Buried and Me. Their drummer Blake Richardson is one of my biggest inspirations, and like I said, Fall Out Boy. I'm in love with Fall Out Boy. And collectively, as a band, I'd say we are influenced musically by some of the heavier bands like Of Mice and Men, Miss May I, Tidwip, Devil Wears Prada, At the Skylines.
Oh yeah, definitely.
At the
Definitely.
Skylines.
That seems like an
every
answer.
song has something different. Like
Yeah.
we do like this little kind of jumpier breakdown that
It's Disney metal.
yeah, or like Eric was like mentioning like Born of Osiris, and it's funny how like when we write stuff, it sounds that kind of sounds like that.
5. Take a band vote on boxers or briefs.
Boxers.
Boxers.
Unanimous.
Number 6. Each member please comment on their first experience with performing live music. Did you love it, hate it, were you nervous, etc.?
I had been playing tiny little, not even anything like live, but I'd been playing with a couple of friends. Then I met these guys and then with them. So our first show was at Another Hole in the Wall in Stager, and I was pretty nervous, but with their like attitudes and my attitude music wise, I was like pretty just like, let's do this, and it came out really well. But I watched videos and I'm like, wow, that wasn't that great, but I was really excited. It was
Yeah,
pretty
he was
cool.
definitely really
It
excited
was
to
really
play.
cool to experience that for the first time because I'd been just dreaming of being on there, and so it was really cool to be there.
Kyle.
I was definitely nervous because I do not usually scream in front of people. This is the first time. That was actually the first time I ever did in front of a crowd. So I was definitely nervous, and still haven't gotten over all my nerves yet. But it is definitely getting better. I get more comfortable with the mic, with the view from up on top of the stage. Yeah, definitely getting more comfortable now that especially when people started to move to our music is really when I set in. And yeah, I was nervous, but it gets better with time.
Nathan.
Now, you see, my first actual performance to a crowd was in a candy shop. It's pretty interesting seeing people get punched in the face next to gummy bears.
Oh my god.
But as for me as a performer, when I sit down at a drum set, no matter where I am, I become a different person mentally.
Oh yeah.
I completely lose myself and I just fucking let the music flow out of me, and it's why I love this so much.
So you jizz music.
Yeah, I ejaculate notes and rhythms and techno beats.
Alright, good.
That's
Eric.
so focused. My first performance was it was me, Nathan, Pat, and one other person. And at the time, I was doing vocals, both screaming and singing. And, like, I wasn't that great. I was very, very nervous. Was not used to playing on stage or anything like that. But everyone says, like, whenever people recall that show, like, bands that saw us at that show, they were doing it for like a few years. Like, they said we were good. So, like, my personal feelings on it is, like, I don't know. It was a first show. I was very nervous. But it was fun. At the end of the day, it was just another show. But as for, like, as time goes on, like, there's still moments where nerves get to me, but usually, like, the past few shows, like, I've just went up there and I'm just like, let's do this, and definitely lose myself in the music. And, like, at one of our shows, I recall just things were going so well for us. We were playing really tight. I just found myself, like, just smiling, like, after every single song, like, just a huge smile on my face, getting a drink of water or something, and I'm just like, this is there have been moments on stage where I'm like, this is definitely what I should be doing.
Pat.
Well, same with Eric, that was my first show too, and I was actually really nervous for that because the band that was playing before us cut into our set time, so we didn't have time to actually go up and actually tweak the equipment that we had because we were playing a backline equipment. So, and I'm very particular about how I sound live. Like I just want everything to sound good and perfect. And you know, but you just gotta let the music take over, and then yeah, just go with it.
Do you have any band pets? If not, what one animal would be the ideal band pet, and what would its name be?
And what would be the band pet?
The band pet.
The band pet is Shane.
Oh, thanks.
That's not racist.
Just the way you said that.
Don't worry.
We're gonna start with Eric this time.
The band, or what's my pet? I have 2 dogs actually. One of them is Buddy, and
Motorboat.
Kyle and Ricky love Buddy. Like he just like has like kind of.
I secretly hate him. I just laugh at him.
He has like weird like breathing like respiratory problems, so he makes like funny noises.
It's like Darth Vader.
So like Kyle and Ricky, like Kyle's face every time he sees Buddy is just hilarious. And then I have another
Give him the
dog
face, Kyle.
named Paco. Buddy's the older one, and Paco's the younger one. And like Paco's just the best. They're the best dogs I could ask for. I love them.
Pet.
Oh, I have a dog named Daisy and a cat named Ariel, and they're both just great, except for Daisy trying to bite me all the time.
Cause you suck.
Totally Shane.
Ricky.
Totally.
I have a bunny named Boo Boo. I have a parrot named Cosmo, and I recently just got a kitten named Butters.
All signs of a gay man.
What? But they're not my pets, so I don't own
The
them.
ferret
so-
is.
No, it's not. It's my mom's.
not me.
The Boo Boo's my sister's.
All right. Oh, Kyle.
I have a husky, and I have I don't even know what kind of dog it is, but his name is Echo, and the husky's name is Phantom, and Phantom is fat.
He's just a little husky.
He's obese beyond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty fucking bad.
He's a sausage.
Kyle,
He's adorable though.
he is adorable.
Nathan.
I have 2 faggot ass cats that don't belong to me in my house, and then at my dad's house.
I'm so angry.
Alright.
And my dad's house is my dog Briggs,
That's
and
not
I don't
bad,
get to
yeah.
see him very often, but when I do, it's the best, and he pisses me off. I don't even give a fuck. One, because he's the best dog in the world, and that is not a lie.
Briggs is
Play the devil's advocate on this one. What part of being a band do you guys need the most work on? For example, quality recording, live performance, interacting with fans, music writing, more touring, etc.
Everything.
It's
Honestly.
if you get. I always use the analogy of like, just a chain or something. Like if you have one bad part, it's not gonna
If you
work.
have one bad link in the chain.
Or if you have all good members, but that one person's
Yeah.
just really downing it, it's just gonna make the whole performance bad. So we always have to make sure we're all on 100%, and it's always a work in progress of trying to be tight and.
Very tight butthole.
You brought that up at the same time.
Of course we did.
That was awesome.
And writing is definitely
Yeah.
it's difficult for us because so many different influences
Oh yeah.
like trying to combine together into one. People get angry, not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah. We almost every song like I'm sure like the past 2 or 3 we've gotten pretty.
Yeah,
like,
well, when we
we've
start
gotten
to write
upset with
it,
each
we
other.
get really, really angry at each other. But then we like turn all the anger and the stress,
We write something
and we just bring it all together, and it becomes something incredible.
Which member would die first in a zombie apocalypse?
Cat.
Yeah.
You just
Next question, go.
Number 10. Each member's current favorite album.
Actually, I would know. Bless the Fall right away. Witness. For some reason, my biggest influence was Is Lay Dying, and I love all their albums. August Burns Red is another favorite. But for some reason, when I bought Witness, and that was like the first CD, I actually sat down and was like, you know what? I'm actually gonna listen to the whole thing through. I would, but I wouldn't really actually listen. And I was actually listening to the whole thing, and it really kind of clicked with me. So that's definitely one of my favorite albums for sure.
Eric Weber.
favorite album of all time. I really don't know. I don't know, but recently, definitely an album that has helped me a lot recently is My Devil in Your Eyes by The Color Morale. It's just an absolute masterpiece. Like, I love the song so much. Like, there's a song, Falling Awake, and like, I was listening to it on the way back from hanging out with Nathan, and I was pretty stressed that day. And there were these lyrics that just like made me so happy I was playing music. Like these lyrics, like "You are the second-hand air that I breathe," and these songs were made for you to sing before me. And they are more than just sound, and you are more than just an audience. This is the family I have found. And that was a lot of what like we were experiencing recently. Like a lot of our friends go to our shows and everything, and like we all hang out all the time. And it just reminds me of how amazing and lucky I am to be doing what I am.
Kyle.
I honestly can't choose because there are so many young bands out there producing such quality material that it keeps getting pumped out day by day. Like I right now I cannot choose because all the influences are still young bands that are still producing quality albums. But I would have to say recently I've been really influenced by this Canadian band Structures. I don't know what it is with them. Their sound is so raw, and their music is so powerful. Like it's like a punch in the face every song. They do not give up. They're is relentless, and the way they write music is so different, and so like I said before, raw that like I keep going back to their album Divided By because it's just a perfect album. I don't know. That's what
One
I've
of
been
your
influenced
favorites.
lately.
Pat.
Just thinking on favorite album, I'd have to say "Let It Enfold You" by Senses Fail, because that album's just beautiful the whole way
Yes.
through. It's an amazing album.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to shoot out a couple here because
Make it short.
honestly, I'll make it short.
Try.
Close to Home, Never Back Down.
Oh,
Amazing
God.
album. I had a dream one day, and that dream was the soundtrack to that album, and it was one of the greatest dreams. I can't even remember what it was about. I just know that I was happy when I woke up. So Close to Home, Never Back Down is one of them. Next, At the Skylines, Secrets to Life. It's perfection, it's Disney metal, and it's just a perfect album all the way through. Fall Out Boy, Take This to Your Grave. I don't have to explain that one. And Between the Buried and Me, Colors. Because that album is just a masterpiece of musical composition that I have never heard before from any band ever. It's just like an hour of straight music that's just so technical and diverse that it's probably my #1 album of all time.
It's a great album.
It is.
Surprised you guys didn't say plot or anything. You guys didn't say the bands I thought you would.
Really?
What is your favorite before performance food and beverage?
Chipotle and Dr. Pepper.
Before performance?
Before.
Speed round. Go, Kyle.
Chipotle and Dr.
I know.
Pepper anytime.
I don't know. Whatever. I just have to drink a lot of water.
Go, Ricky.
Yeah, water, Pepsi or something.
Eric.
I like pizza in Arizona, and then a lot of water.
Not Pat. No. Okay, go.
Water.
He
Yeah,
doesn't
what's-
eat.
It's Chipotle
Yeah,
and
he
Dr.
doesn't
Pepper.
eat.
I will shit my pants while drumming for Chipotle and Dr. Pepper. That shit's delicious.
Lastly, what's next for you guys as a band?
What's next?
What's next?
Well, we're going to go downstairs and practice because it's been a while. We're going to try and write some more music.
Probably a new
Get
intro.
to raising money for better equipment, for better recording, for merch. And this is just in the far future because we are broke as fuck right now. And these two are still in high school. So once they graduate, I think that summer, if we have enough money, we might do a small tour. And we're going to be just looking at bigger things from then on.
We're just trying to get a bunch of music together solidly because it kind of bothers me that we only write a new song when we get tired of another one, so we just replace it. So we're really not collectively gathering up more songs. That's what we really need to do so we have a greater range to pick from.
And we're going to be able to do that really well because our next show isn't until August 5th, and that's with The Color Morale.
I'm so excited.
Yeah,
It's
so
gonna be
we're just trying to we only have those 2 songs on for download on our profile, and the Life Over Ruins pretty much the better quality one. But we really want to make sure that we write songs that we actually personally feel that this is what we want as a solid EP before we release it and go, oh man, we could have put that song on there. So the biggest thing is definitely writing just new
Yeah,
music.
we don't want to rush an EP out there and have it be poor quality, have it be
Exactly.
poor composition, and everyone will just think we're bogus, because what we want to do with this music is actually take our time to make it exactly how we want it before we put it out, because
That's why
otherwise it's not us playing, it's just slop.
That's why we haven't like released an EP yet, and we've been around for almost a year now, because like we really want to take our time, and like there are old songs, like probably 4 or 5 that we wrote with like old members, or even just like recently that like we cut just because like the new stuff we're writing is so much better. So definitely writing music and then taking time. That's definitely an important part of our process right now.
Yeah, that's it.
You guys heard it here. Our heroic downfall is out.
Just want to say thank you to This Is Local Love for letting us do this interview. We appreciate it. Thank you to anybody who's watching, taking the time to like us on Facebook or even just watch the interview. It really means a lot to us. Hopefully to see you guys at a show, come up and talk to us. Like, we have no egos or anything. We'd love to talk to you. We're playing for you guys.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out our heroic downfall. You can hook up with them on Facebook. They're also on their own page on our website at thisislocallove.com. Click through the links and you'll find them on our family page. So thanks again for watching, and spread the love. Share it with your friends. We'll catch you next time.